All right, so now we have our audience here. Got 4 people in the audience here. Here you go, Kent. You can be my camera operator, please. I trust that you will zoom in correctly there.
No noise.
We got it good there? Good enough? Good, good. First of all, I'd like to thank y'all for coming. You know, on a Sunday evening after a pretty long sermon in church, it was a great sermon. You know, I love it. But I thank y'all for taking a little bit of time here to help me out here. Okay. But what we're going to talk today is about we're going to talk about music. I know all of y'all at some point in time has listened to some secular rock music, and which kind of gives you appreciation for maybe some contemporary Christian music, which kind of comes from the pop music base. Many people can pick out various parts of the song, but most people don't really know how each part of the song contributes to actually combine to make the song and give you the pleasant sounds that you hear during the song. A little bit of background for me: I've been a musician for over 25 years. I started playing tuba in high school, played bass in the evening worship here at Alexander Baptist Church. More than anything, I've just been a really avid listener to various forms of music. And I've come to realize and come to learn that the drums, the bass guitar, and the guitar are going to be your main parts in most, probably 99% of your contemporary music, either pop music or Christian music. And that basically is the background to which the vocalist sings the lyrics. Now I'm going to tell you how these work together. The drums basically are going to mark the time and keep the tempo of the song. The bass guitar is going to also help drive the tempo along with the drums, and kind of builds the base for the harmony for the rest of the song. And the guitar itself will provide harmony and some melody, and give you some little bit of texture to the song. First, let's talk about the drums. Okay, the drums mark the time of the song, time signature, and they keep the tempo of the song. Tempo is how fast the song goes. For those who don't know, the time signature I have here on the board. This is my staff drum without a ruler. 5 lines, a 4/4 time signature. 4 meaning 4 beats per measure, and 4, if you put a 1 over this 4, it means a quarter of it gets the beat. The drum, how the drummer is going to play the drums is going to determine what this time signature is. Today's modern drum set that we see it like on the stage here at Alexander goes back to the 1930s. Of course, the drum itself is an ancient instrument. According to the drum set website, the drum site, Gene Krupa in the 1930s. Tommy is probably familiar with them, had created the what today is our drum set today. Now, the drum is a combination of different percussion instruments. One being the snare drum, which is the cracking and popping sound that you hear. And that's usually going to accent the even beats of a measure. If we have 1, 2, 3, 4, the 2 and the 4 is where you're going to hear the pop of the snare drum. The bass drum is the low thumping sound, and it's operated by the pedal, usually the right foot of the drummer. That's usually going to accent the odd beats and the upbeats of the song. 1, it's going to be the bass. 1, snare, boom. The hi-hat cymbal is also the sound you normally will hear, and that's almost like the best way to describe it is like a ticking sound. It's like a stopwatch, that and that would mark the half beats in the measure. So if we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's going to be accented by that hi-hat cymbal. The other stuff, the toms and the crash cymbals, are used for like fill-ins to go before you go to the chorus. Again, the tempo, the drum does drive the tempo, which is the speed at which music is played, and it's usually given in beats per minute. The drummer must keep a steady tempo throughout the song to keep the other parts at the same speed. Okay? Next part, the bass guitar helps drive the tempo along with the drums, and it helps build the base for the harmony. Today's bass guitar is a direct descendant of the upright bass violin, which itself goes back about the 17th century. And that also comes from a website, The History of the Modern Bass Guitar is the website. It sounds similar to an electric guitar, but obviously it's going to be lower in pitch. It's only going to have 4 strings, tuned to E, A, D, and G. It's going to help drive the tempo, and the rhythm of the bass guitar will often match whatever bass drum that the drummer is playing. Okay, so it's going to be something similar. It's going to complement whatever the drummer's playing. It should not be in conflict with what the drummers do. Okay. The bass is almost always played one note at a time, one tone at a time. It's very rarely played in chords as a standard guitar. We'll get to that later. It'll also build a bass for the harmony, again, by playing one note at a time, like an E, for instance. It'll play the E. Everything else will build off that E that the bass is playing. For example, if the bass is playing the G, other instruments like the guitar will be playing G bass tones, G, C, maybe D, which complements the G tone. Now finally we're going to get to the guitar. It provides both a harmony and a melody. Guitar can play, you have two guitars and they'll play two different things. One will kind of go along with the bass or something, and the other one will give you some melody, give you some texture to the music. Guitar goes back about 4,000 years. And that's from the website. Guy's name is Guy. Paul Guy. That's his name. Paul Guy website. Often with guitar, several notes are played at the same time in a chord. You see, it'll just strum the guitar, so it'll just strum the guitar, and all notes will be sounded almost simultaneously. That'll give you the chord. And it'll add harmony to the overall sound of the music, along with the bass. And it's often played in the same rhythm as the hi-hat cymbal. So if the hi-hat is doing that, the guitar might be going like it's like a chugging sort of sound, like a jingling in chords usually. Single notes may also be played. We have all heard guitar solos. Eddie Van Halen, whoever, you know, your favorite guitarist. It's okay to like some rock music, I think. You know. It gives you something else to listen to, and kind of makes the music a little bit more interesting. And often the vocalist will sing along with the melody of the guitar. Okay? So, now we can see how these elements form a complete musical sound. Breaking down the various parts, we know how the bass, or rather how the drums provides the rhythm and the tempo. Bass guitar helps drive the rhythm, or drive the tempo, and also starts building the texture for music. And the guitar, by providing the melody and some harmony, produces a sound to which the vocalist sings the music. So, with all the music and artists that we're exposed to daily, I like to encourage you to kind of listen to a song on the radio next time and kind of see if you can pick out the different parts of that song there and see how they all work together. Okay? Thank you.